Welcome, adventurers. You think you've made it this far, but this time...
Oh, good evening, Mistwalkers. I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else. A story? Well, I suppose we are a little behind schedule, so a short one shouldn't hurt. Now let's see. Okay. Oh. Mercy was dragged into the forest by Vasily's child. I wonder what it wanted with her there. And that black book. Vasily knows whose it is. I wonder what sorts of secrets it holds. Oh, the Meistersinger is dead, murdered, and the masked melody burned to the ground. What will happen to all those Vistani who are so happy in Harmonia? Why is Constantina being blamed? Did she kill the Meistersinger? Or is there something more sinister at play? Juniper and Yarrow. Now that's an interesting pair. They seem a little wild. I think they'll fit right in with our party. Wolf wears with a grudge, not to be taken lightly. And now that this search party is all together, I wonder how long they stay that way. After all, the forests of Kartakass are a perilous place. Oh. Let's hurry with the story, Mistwalkers. Sounds like dinner is almost ready. Good evening, Mistwalkers. Welcome back to Tales from the Mists, a spooky campaign set in the domains of dread. With me tonight are 6 adventurers. Why don't we introduce ourselves? We'll start with Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Chen, and I play Mercy Albrecht, the Tiefling Storm Sorceress.
Kayla.
Hi, I'm your dad, Kayla, and I play Vasily, the sweet baby wizard of the group.
Hadil.
I'm Hadil. I'm your middleist warlock, Vargas, and today I found out that Yarrow and Juniper are both trees.
No!
I don't know why they went together. I don't know why.
Ashley.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm your oldest Vistani bard. keeping with the Mobu Bam theme. Yeah, and I'm Constantina Avshalomov.
Celeste.
Hi, everybody. My name is Celeste Skotowicz, and I'm your half-elf druid cousin twinsy, Yarrow.
And Dr. Megan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Megan. I'm playing Juniper, the half-elf ranger twinsy, youngish.
Okay, this is not a typical campaign. We have a rotating cast, which means we have 4 anchor members, Lisa, Kayla, Hadil, and Ashley, and 2 rotating guest members that we switch off every 4 episodes. Lisa, why don't you go ahead with our announcements for the raffle today?
Yeah, I've got 2 announcements for you today. The first one is our raffle. We're giving away a set of the beautiful Taroka cards illustrated by Kayla for each of the main characters, as well as 2, not just 1, of the Tales from the Mist D6 dice. They're white and black swirly with like red numbers and our logo on them. We're going to do 2 separate raffles for that one. And I believe that the word of the week is !bear, bear, bear. If you watched last episode. So type !bear, bear, bear to be entered into those raffles. Our other announcement is that, as promised last week, we are creating a really cool t-shirt design. Well, I say we, but Kayla Klein is creating a really cool t-shirt design based around the theme We Fight Together. What we've seen from the sketches so far, it's amazing. Sales from the t-shirt will benefit RAIN, the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization. And I think, talking to Kayla right before the show, that's actually going to be released this weekend.
Yes.
So keep an eye on @MissTalesD&D on Twitter, and we will tweet all the links so you can check out that design, get that shirt, support a great cause. I throw it back to you. Throw it.
I'm gonna duck out of the way because I don't have good hand-eye coordination skills. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, last week, we went through a bit of a tussle, didn't we?
A couple.
Yeah, a couple
Little.
tussles.
Wasn't a big deal.
Today we're going to focus on the last one. The 2 dead wolf wares that are scattered on the ground as they were mauled by our druid friend, and the scattered remains of the wolves that came with them. Mercy, was there something that you wanted to do with this?
Yeah, Mercy is going to lightly step her hooves around all the blood and viscera. And she's just going to say real sweetly, "Oh, isn't it nice setting deaths? Everything just works out." And she takes her athame, stabs it into the ground next to one of the dead wolf wares, and starts carving a circle around it. And like putting her claws into the blood and like holding them up and starting to do like a ritual chant to death as part of the Eternal Order, because she had tried to do a sacrifice to stop the apocalypse earlier in the day, and it didn't work out. So this will do. And she's just smiling. She's really glad that these wolfers came along.
Yeah, it's great. Remember, death always provides. There's always a way. Death finds a way. Now, you're not the only person who is concerned about these wolf wares and the rumors coming out of Harmonia with this search party. Constantina was also concerned, weren't you?
Well, I was concerned, but now I'm a little... I think that it might be good. So I'm sad about the wolf wares. Definitely conflicted about that. But in terms of Harmonia being, in chaos, I would like to talk to Ruza, who I was speaking with at the end of our previous episode.
Sorry, I was trying to fix y'all's gain. Yeah, you can absolutely talk to Rusa. And Rusa is accompanied by 4 other Vistani who are in the Masked Melody, and they are all very close to each other in the search party. They seem to be separate from everyone else, and she waves you over.
Well, hello. I am Constantina. I don't think I've met everyone here. You may have probably heard my name at this point, and I'm sorry for any problems it caused you.
Rusa is standing with one woman and 3 older men. And the 3 of them sort of nod, and the older woman will sort of incline her head towards you and give you a curt sort of nod and a wry smile. And Rusa will say, "None of us believe that you are responsible for the death of the Meistersinger. We know that you would not endanger us in this way."
That is true, and I mean, I did not kill the Meistersinger, although I am not sorry to hear that he is dead. Do you know what happened?
She sort of inclines her head to the side. "Well, they found him dead in his mansion, not too long after your visit, while they were sacking the inn. And then they burnt everything down, believing that you had come to hide with us. It is a sad thing."
Well, I think this is a good opportunity. And I think that we should embrace this situation. And I think it's time to, call the rest of the Matchbook Menagerie. We could reclaim Harmonia.
The rest of the Vistani sort of trade looks, and the older woman turns her head to you and she's, "What do we gain from helping you with this? None of us want to be in Harmonia to begin with."
That is a good question. So I don't really want to stay in Harmonia forever either. So what I was thinking is, well, I think if we could call the Matchbook Menagerie to reclaim Harmonia, and then I am going to go off and look for this artifact that they told Ruza about. I don't know if she really told you about it, but it's basically this, and I'm whispering, but it's not very effective whispering, per usual. And it's this crown which would let us control our passage through the mist, and not just us, but everybody. So I think that while Harmonia is kind of in shambles and there's no leader, why don't we just, take it for ourselves, take it for the cause temporarily? Then, when we can control our passage in and out of it, we can decide what to do with it. But it's like the perfect opportunity.
And the woman sort of narrows her eyes. "I have never heard of such a thing."
Well, why not?
You have been here for less than a day. How would you hear of this?
Well, I mean, I was part of, what I think about when it comes to our movement is, maybe having a place that we, could lead in the way that we envision. And then maybe if that inspires people, then other places, start to adopt that model. And eventually, we overthrow all the Dark Lords. And
this does not answer the question. How do you know of this crown?
Oh, okay. So, actually, a couple people told me about it, which is kind of weird that it's like, not this like big secret. But a friend of mine who is a wolf wearer. Let's know how you feel about the wolf wearer.
And they all spit to the side and they.
Okay, I probably shouldn't have started with that. Anyway, she's very nice and very beautiful. But she told me about it, and actually she asked me to bring it to her, which I was not going to do because she's from a noble family, and you know how we feel about noble families. And then the Meistersinger also wanted it, and I felt like, if he wanted it, it was probably not good for him to have it either. But it's such a powerful item. It would get us out of Harmonia. We could control our travel. Isn't that what you want, to have some control over that?
Sabina, who is the older woman, grabs Rusa by the upper arm and drags her to the tree side, and the 5 of them begin to furiously argue, and you can hear some snippets like wolfware and clearly blah blah blah. It's it does not seem to be going very well for you. Vargas and Vasily, how's your slap fight going?
I feel like it's going great. I'm winning.
No. No. I'm
Nope.
gonna.
You won last time. You know the rules of Neverland.
I get to win again.
What?
The rules.
I want. Are we still unarmed striking each other?
That's
Also,
100% up to you.
yes. Oh, also, anytime I see somebody post bear in the chat, I I feel like it's like the world star, like a bear.
Yeah.
Like I just hear air horns every time. But I'm winning the slap fight. I was never losing the slap fight. I'm doing amazing, sweetie.
Well, realistically, I guess we just got done with a real fight. So Bosley probably would have. Oh, and she picked up that book after the fight, I believe. So she would have probably immediately went back to Vargas again to finish what she had started.
Did I see the book? Can I roll if I saw the book?
Yeah, you can absolutely roll. Were you keeping it very stealthy, Vasily?
No, because she's dumb.
Yeah. I think I was trying to be a little stealthy. Yeah, so I should probably roll a check on that.
I will allow this single PvP roll. You can set, not you, Kayla. Kayla, set the DC. It has to be below 20.
I set the DC.
9,000.
Set the DC. It has to be below 20.
19 and a half.
19.75.
Cool.
She's probably not super great, so maybe 15.
15?
I don't know. I feel like that's reasonable for if you're trying to be sneaky after a battle.
Yeah, beat a 15 with your perception, Vargas, and you saw her take the book.
So I don't remember anything from kindergarten, and that's not a lot. 6 is less than 15 still these days, unless we're using like the new Common Core math where it could be more. I feel like for all intents and purposes, it's probably not this time, though. Not at this time.
No, not at this time did you see her take the book. You do remember there was a book. Where it went?
I like to imagine that, like, I don't know, like, Vasily does some sort of magic trick, like, puts a handkerchief over that and then, like, pulls it away and it's just gone. And Vargas is like,
like Vargas trying to pay for his tavern tab.
I don't understand the question. I won't respond to it. I paid for it. In whether or not the gold was real, I still paid. So we're square. I'll never see that man's again. I would like to attempt to look for the book.
You don't have to roll for that.
Yeah, Vasily's just standing over to the side, like watching Mercy do her ritual, just like, yep.
Regardless how long you look for the book, you do not find it.
All right.
As Vargas is looking for the book and Mercy finishes her ritual, I don't know, she's like, and may the spark of life please you. And then she's like covered in blood and everything, and she's just like prestidigitating here and like little blood in her hair. And she just walks over to Yarrow, who I guess is like breathing heavily, and like Juniper's holding her face.
And I'm crying and like hanging on.
And I'm just like, prestidigitation, I think it's very judgmental that you didn't like my ritual, but you were going to eat my friend.
That's true. She was going to do that.
Please don't eat Vargas.
I think she's
No,
she's
you
just
leave her
looking
alone.
at
Look, leave her alone. She's okay. We were attacked, and she was reacting, and it happens. And grabbing her face again, which is not your fault. It's not your fault. You're okay.
You have an affliction.
It's just sometimes it gets. It just felt so hungry.
Here, eat the. And Juniper's going to offer her a little bit of dried meat that we were given at the end of this session.
Oh, but she touched it with her hand. It was okay. Val, please don't eat us. I can understand not being able to control one's powers. So I empathize with you there. But please don't eat me, and I like start pointing at Vasily and Constantina.
No, I wouldn't ever do.
I wouldn't let her. That's not going to happen.
I can help.
You did a very good job of killing the Wolfwares.
Are you hurt? I can help. I can help fix it.
No, I'm fine, but Constantina, and I point over to Constantina talking to Rusa, I guess. You have like 9 hit points, right?
Yeah.
According,
It's been a rough day.
Heavily.
Yeah.
I do have healing spells, so I'm probably okay, but I don't know. You don't know that, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm so worried for her.
I think Vargas is a little worse for wear too. Are you, Vargas?
I mean, famous last words, it's not that bad, but I mean, I'm at 27, so
okay. That should be fine.
I think
a band-aid.
I think Yarrow would like to collect herself and then try to go over towards where Vargas is. She's taking some steps, and what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, I was looking for the book that's not there because I have no object permanence apparently.
I'm like, did not hit that stage of development yet.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, so she'll walk up. So she's like maybe about 5 feet away from you, and is just looking down at the ground. And she'll go, I'm really, I'm really sorry that
You got this.
I wasn't gonna eat you for real. I mean, are you hurt?
Vargas will like pat her on the head like he would a child, and he'll say, I've dealt with meaner women, if that makes you feel better. I've definitely been through worse.
Okay, it's just sometimes it's really hard when you have something in you that it's sometimes you forget how to be normal, and I'm so sorry. And she wants to catch his hand and cast Cure Wounds on you.
Oh. Something in you, like a curse or a ghost.
Something like that.
And Juniper's just rubbing her back and right there, kind of ready if anybody else is mean.
Two things no one in this party would ever have any history with: curses or ghosts.
All right, so you will heal for 16 hit points.
Oh, dag! Look at you.
And she's just gonna look at the ground again, and then like pop out her hand and druid craft you a little white flower.
Yes, use all of your healing spells. Yes.
I'll like put it in my pocket, and I will give you a little hand kiss.
And she instantly she kind of scrapes some tears and like dirt off her face, and she smiles.
Yeah, and then after the little gentlemanly hand kiss, I'll be like, no harm done. Like I said before, I've dealt with meaner women.
Okay. Good. And I'm gonna turn back at Juniper and smile like,
You did good.
I did it.
Good. You're good. It's okay.
So sparkly now, Vargas.
Juniper's the support twin. I love it. Okay. Constantina, Rusa looks over her shoulder a couple times at you, and she sort of makes a face. Roll me a persuasion. Unfortunately, you're at disadvantage for telling them that you are friends with Wolfwares.
Someday I'll find somebody who loves Wolfwares like I do.
Somebody whose town isn't being terrorized by them.
Nope.
What was that, persuasion?
Yes.
12.
She kind of looks back at the group and is like, ooh. And they go back to talking a little bit more.
Okay.
Vasily, you just watched Mercy finish. She concluded her ritual. Vargas is definitely looking for that book before getting healed by Yarrow.
I want to roll to keep my cool.
Roll to keep your cool. You don't have to roll for that. Do you want?
Yes, make her.
Be cool.
Hey, you said I could roll for whatever I want.
Cool. Roll for it. DC 18.
Roll to keep my cool. What modifier do I use?
You don't.
Ah! I got a 2. Yeah. Do I just literally just fall over?
No, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's ridiculous.
Please make her fall over and the book just fall out of her bag.
Like she goes to lean on a tree and like misses.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She
She's like finds something in her shoe. She like bends over and it falls out of her back pocket in her mage outfit.
Okay, realistically, I guess I would probably side-eye Vargas. Be like, what are you even looking for?
I saw a book. I want
There
it.
was a book. The monster puked it onto my hat.
No,
It was
I want it.
terrible.
Did you
It was
see?
lethal and it was black and had some symbols on it. You seen it?
No.
Inside check.
That was just me. That was me. Inside check. No. That sounds ridiculous. Why would something puke up a book?
Maybe.
I'm
What
ready
are
to
you
go.
doing?
Was that like a direct question to the DM?
No, I was asking Mercy.
I can't talk because Katil's making me laugh.
What are you doing? What are you rolling for?
Oh, we're so silly today.
I want an inside check. I think you're lying.
Yeah,
Okay, you're gonna show us as you
if
do it.
Vargas thinks that that's suspicious, then you can absolutely insight check. I will set the DC.
Mercy doesn't think it was suspicious, but she did know that she felt that book hit her head.
Right.
She
Yeah.
knows it really was there. Everything about that monster was very bizarre.
Yeah.
It kept calling me Musser or saying Musser.
Mhm.
Do you know what that could be about?
No, I've never heard of a monster do that before. Seems ridiculous.
I wonder why it followed me and it took my arm and it dragged me on the ground and all the dirt built up in my hair.
Bosley kind of like puts her hands on her shoulders.
I just Mercy mostly cries.
Yeah.
What did Vargas
Juniper's gonna lean into
Vasily,
Yara and
make
just
me
go.
a deception check against Mercy real quick. And I'm sorry, Juniper, what'd you say?
I was just she's leaning over towards Yara and go, she's worried about dirt, yet she was just covered in blood.
I don't really know what's happening. Why is she drawing circles in the dirt? And if she's not a bad witch, I guess I
really don't understand what's going on here.
Vargas, while Vasily is lying to her dearest friend in the world, what'd you get for your insight?
A 19.
A 19? Kayla.
I got a 17.
Okay. You lied to Mercy.
Yeah.
What does Vargas realize with a 19?
Somebody says
No, I just want like there's something about you that is suspicious, and Vargas is always suspicious of you anyway. So I'd like to think that like he's trying to like do like a once over to see if you have it, and maybe there's like a book shaped outline in your pocket.
Or maybe it got jostled in her wizard's bag when she was looking for things to throw at wolves and stuff. Who knows?
Bosley notices that you're kind of like super checking that out and kind of finishes comforting Mercy and like pats her back and then kind of stands up and gestures for you to go over to the trees with her away from everybody else.
Juniper and Yarrow, Bertolt approaches you again once you've sort of calmed down a little bit, and he sort of leans in close to you, and he makes eye contact with you, Juniper, and he says, is there any chance that your family can help us? If they've seen anything?
We haven't talked to them in a while, but I think they might. Mm-hmm.
All right.
We want to help.
I figure we make camp a little bit north of here once we cross the river, and if you can make contact, get us some clues,
We can do that.
Thanks.
However, as fast as you need.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
How far would our family be?
You do know that you had some contacts in town, but you know that Roan has led your family north. So they are definitely across the river.
Okay.
And Bertolt knows that too.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll cross the river. We'll go find them.
thanks.
And Juniper would put her hand on his shoulder. We're gonna find your wife. We're gonna find her. One way or the other.
Yeah.
We'll find her.
Bertolt is stronger and stands straighter than you've seen him in weeks. He's got this strength to him that he hasn't had in a very long time. So you can tell he believes in you, and he has like hope for the first time.
This group is well, they're interesting, but I think they're really powerful, and I think we can
They
be able
seem
to
a
do
little
this.
odd, but like they can get the job
Yeah.
done. Milady.
Yeah.
Is
They're,
she, was she just covered in blood?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yep. Yeah.
apparently it's normal.
Oh, it's a little strange, but you know, I don't judge.
I mean, you've lived among civilized people more than we have. Is that normal? But
Did she eat them or no?
not that I saw.
Oh, okay. So just gonna leave them there. Okay, that's strange, but you know, I won't begrudge her ways. It's a little witchy, but maybe she's just not from around here. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Constantina, the Vistani come back to you, and the three men and Sabina all walk past you, and Sabina actually like bumps your shoulder a little hard, like to make a point, and Rusa looks very apologetic. They will not help. Not if there's any chance that you would ally with a wolfware.
Well, I am disappointed to hear that because I think that wolfwares and people who, may have similar conditions might be a good part of our cause. I mean, I think it would.
Wolfwares have been murdering people for years here, so.
Well, I mean, they did just try to also murder me, so I can I understand that. But I met a really nice one, so they can't all be like that, right? So, I mean, can you see that I'm a little bit conflicted here? But I don't want to, think about how people treat us as Vistana. They don't understand our cultures, they don't understand us, so they fear us, and they project, not fair, assumptions to us. And I don't want to do that to other people anymore. It's not fair. So that is why I'm open to, aligning with other people.
Make a persuasion check. No disadvantage, no advantage.
Oh, hang on, I just almost rolled off the desk.
Because Rusa is very afraid of wolfwares, but how'd it go?
I created.
Yeah.
I created.
Rusa, as you speak, her eyes get wider and you see them getting brighter. She is internalizing this ideal that you have put in, where she's just like, you're right. It's exactly like us as Vistani. Like, perhaps they murder because they have no choice. You're right. Maybe if they had more laws in place, if they were provided for, they would not have to drag us from our homes in the middle of the night and eat us in the forest while we're still screaming. I think you are correct.
I mean, maybe we can work with them so that they don't feel. Maybe they're just hungry, and we can find them another good food source.
Rehabilitation is the first step to success.
Yeah, we can maybe flesh this out a little bit more later. I think
this is a fantastic idea. I will help.
I'm so glad. I mean, I think that we can start with. I mean, I'm certainly open to this direction that we're heading into, but I think for now, I think we need to summon the Magic Menagerie. I think we can at least have them come help while we're figuring other things out, right?
Yes, we can do that. I will help you.
Okay. All right. So
How do you summon the matchbook menagerie?
I open my satchel and I pull out a little pamphlet. And it's a pretty unassuming pamphlet. It's just about some harvest festival in Valaki. But it has it's cast with an illusory script spell, so only I can read it. But it was basically my recruitment pamphlet for the matchbook menagerie. And inside the pamphlet is a little matchbook. Just a little plain matchbook. It doesn't really have there's no writing or anything on it. And I open the matchbook and there are 10 matches there. I haven't used any of them yet. And I pluck one from the matchbook and I strike it against the book so it lights. And basically how it functions is it's almost like a radio. So it works kind of like the message spell, but it casts like a message to whoever else has a similar item.
Okay. And how does this message appear to them? Does it go into their mind, or does it appear on their pamphlet, or?
It appears they hear it in their head.
In their head. Okay.
Yes.
To whoever also has a pamphlet.
It's basically a modified message spell.
All right. And you see her. She also opens up a pamphlet with a matchbook sealed inside, though her pamphlet is from Darkon, and it's just a basic welcome to the Swan Song Tavern open mic night. And so she lights it up and it casts out that message as well, so she is amplifying your message. Perfect. And then she looks very excited. She's like, we're doing it, we are saving the world.
It is, it's our time. Okay, so I wrote a little thing, and I wasn't sure when I was going to get to use it, but now I'm going to...
I'm ready.
Also, this notebook is from Lisa, because she's so magical and beautiful. It's my Constantina notebook. Okay. Very excited about this. Okay. This is Comrade Avshalomov speaking to you from Kartakass, addressing the resistance across Ravenloft. Harmonia has fallen. The Meistersinger is dead. Come to Harmonia and claim it for the resistance. The city is in flames, and though we did not kindle this fire, we can stoke it. The first spark of our revolution has been ignited. Our time has come. It was written in the stars, on our divining cards, in the songs of our people. Upon your arrival, report to Comrade Ruza, and I look for her for confirmation if that's cool. She awaits you in the forest. I bid you safe passage through the mist. Remember, we act with fire and fortitude.
And Rusa will speak it into hers as well, and then light hers. And then she'll look at you and she'll, do you not wish for me to come with you?
Well, I felt that since you are familiar with Harmonia and people know you and they trust you and they respect you, that you might be able to, hold on the fort. But you can come with me if you want. I don't know how dangerous it's going to be to find this crown, and I don't want to put you at risk, because I think you're important to our cause. So,
you do?
I mean, of course. Absolutely.
Just so everyone's aware, Rusa is 17.
Never too young to start a revolution.
Yeah, this is the nicest
Hunger
thing
Games.
anyone's ever told her. She's, oh, you think I am important? Then yes, I will stay here and I will stoke the fires of revolution.
I cup her face and I squish it. Yeah. I'm so proud of you. This is our moment. We're doing it.
Yes, we will spark the fires of revolution throughout Harmonia.
Yes. And we're shouting.
Everybody else can just hear these two Vistani going, yes, yes, yes.
What do you think they're doing, Yarrow?
I'm so lost.
Very confused.
Fantasy?
Oh my gosh. I like to think that Mercy came over to talk to Constantine and all three of them are going, yes, yes.
I don't
know what's happening,
I'm
but yes.
also jumping and saying yes, and I'm trying to get in between Constantina and Rusa.
That's fair. Rusa will try and elbow you away from Constantina. She's just
so we're just
with her now. Vasily and Vargas.
hang on, someone said a Daniel Bryan reference. I'm like, always expect wrestling, okay?
I just saw somebody said read The Blood of Angry Men and referenced Les Miserables, and I'm here for it.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, I'm here for the professional wrestling. You're here for the intelligent stuff. That's fine. So Vasily has gestured for Vargas to follow her over to the trees. I assume Vargas is following?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as they kind of get to a point where there's like enough trees to obscure them from everyone else, Vasily wants to grab him by the collar and shove him up against a tree where everybody can't see him.
Vargas will immediately say incredibly loudly, hoping to draw attention, "No, I will not make out with you."
That was the first thing that came to my head, and I'm just happy Hadil said it.
I'm wondering if I can use my inspiration to cover his mouth before he says it. Wait, can I use it for that?
Slap your hand away.
Technically, I shouldn't let you waste your inspiration on something that silly.
Don't ever squander your
Yes,
gift.
you can absolutely do that.
Yay. Okay, so before you, I guess you're just like, and then she puts one hand over your mouth, and she kind of looks you in the eyes, and she's just like, have you ever done anything that you regret?
How much time do you have?
You can't talk. I have my hand over your mouth. She's just like, are you gonna be quiet if I uncover your mouth? And she quickly casts Alter Self, and all of her fingers extend into these really long, gnarled claws. And and puts one hand around your neck, and she's just like, "Are you going to be quiet if I uncover your mouth?" Okay. So she uncovers your mouth.
That was so loud.
It's like a bag of Milky Ways.
It's my medicine. I'm old. I have ulcers and rosacea.
So she's just, so have you ever done something that you regret?
How much time do you have?
Really? Is this
Yes.
what you're choosing to say? Okay, thank you. I may have done something that I regret, and I don't want certain people here to know about it.
You're gonna
So,
have to be more specific. I'll need more detail.
are you being saucy? Like, what?
Yes. Of course I am.
Vasily kind of like tightens her grip on your neck a little bit with her claws. She's like, I'm not going to give you details. Not yet. But just stop about the book. Forget about it.
What'll you give me? I want something.
I don't even know if I have anything. I don't know. What do you even want? What?
What do you have?
She has a book.
I hate how like not seriously Vargas is taking this.
How about this? How about this? Hold on, let me think. Let me think.
She just kind of like rolls her eyes, like.
I get the feeling that you're not a fan of this Constantina character.
Okay.
What if I told you that in exchange for just letting me have a peek at the book, I can help you with this problem, and then you'll be Mercy's favorite again.
No!
You're out of here. You can't hear this.
Fine.
You feel her grip kind of like lighten, like.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're trying to roleplay.
Excuse me.
Sorry,
So
I won't say anything.
her grip around your neck kind of loosens, and you see her kind of like falter and kind of look down, and just like,
I know that's what you want, to be her favorite. You were her favorite before, I can tell. I know all about having favorites and being favorites.
Bosley kind of steps back a little bit, and she's like, why do you even care about this book? You don't even know what it is.
Exactly.
You just care because you don't know?
Yes, exactly. There it is.
So she kind of shuffles around a little bit, and she pulls the book out, and she hands it to you.
I'll take it, but not like put it away. I'll take it like within eyesight and be like, it's not because I don't know it, it's because knowledge is power. And I'll just like take a peek inside. And then I'll hand it back. And I'll ask, does this book belong to you?
It does now.
I mean, did it before? The handwriting looks incredibly similar to yours.
In parts it does, but it's mine now. That's all that matters.
Fair enough. That's all I wanted to know.
She kind of shoves it back in her pocket. She's just like, okay, I guess we have an understanding. And I guess you're going to help me out now? I don't know if I trust you.
I would be delighted to help you out. And he'll bow and say, your secret is safe with me, and I never break a promise.
Mm-hmm. She kind of side-eyes you and walks back to the group.
Meanwhile, Mercy is like, after they're done cheering, Constantina, Vargas and I are looking for a book. Do you want to help us look for it before we go on the search party?
Sure. And I turn to Louisa real quick and I'm like, let me know if you hear anything. Okay? And I like pat her on the shoulder. Awkwardly.
She will say, yes, you can count on me.
Oh good, I know I can.
She like clasps your hand and then like drops it and walks back towards the other Vistani to say goodbye to them.
Vargas, Constantina's helping us look for the book. Where'd you go?
Can I, like, while we're in this, like, underbrush, can I find something that's, like, of similar weight to the book?
Yeah. It won't take you very long to find, like, a rock or something.
Okay. I want to take a rock and, like, try and cover it in some of the blood and viscera that's all over the ground still. Just hanging out here. And I want to like cover it in blood and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to see like if I can like get close enough to Mercy to like pull a piece of hair off of her clothes.
There are no stray hairs.
I know. Or like pull one from her head without her noticing.
Mercy set the DC for stealth.
Okay.
I was about to say, Mercy could probably just hand you a hair, to be honest.
Have you been creepy keeping my hair?
Yes, of course she would.
She knows what your blood smells like too. I mean, you guys need to have a talk.
I would like to just take, like, I'll ask, because we have to do this lie together. I'll grab a rock, cover it with blood and nonsense, and I'll ask Bosley, and I'm like, all right, do you have like a hair or something we can stick on this? We have to convince her that this is what fell out of that monster, not a book.
I mean, I hang out with her a lot. I might have something.
I know you
around.
probably take her hair, you weirdo. Give me a hair.
She kind of like reaches into her coat.
Like a vial.
Yeah, like just pulls out a little vial and uncorks it and like pulls the hair out and gives it to you.
A little keepsakes box.
Yeah.
Just a couple
Like a
wads of
Victorian
like
morning
used
block.
gum.
You just have, I imagine that you just have like a Hey Arnold style shrine.
Oh yeah.
In your bag. All right, I'll take it and I'll put it, like kind of like smash it in, and I will walk out and be like, found it. Wasn't a book. It looks like it's just a rock.
Oh, that's like it felt like a book, and it looked like a book. I guess
I'll immediately
head.
I'll go to Mercy and I'll start like very delicately like looking for like a little bump on her head where it
What are you doing? Why are you touching me?
Well, I don't want, you might have a goose egg on your head from the rock, and I just want to make sure you're okay.
Oh, I can heal you if you're hurt, Mercy.
I think she might be hurt.
No, yes, Constantina, I'm hurt.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a big rock, and it fell on her. See,
Oh,
her
that
hair.
sounds very painful.
A hug would make me feel better.
Okay, and while I'm hugging you, I cast. I will do Cure Wounds.
Let
While they're
Constantina kiss it
and having
better.
like their best friend moment, I want to like look behind to Vasily, and I'm like,
Nailing it.
Filled with regret.
Yeah, Vasily's like, this is the worst timeline. Okay.
You get
So-
6 points of healing, by the way.
I just want to emphasize I was at full health. I'm sorry.
Okay. I rolled just in case.
But Mercy has forgotten about the book now.
can we give the 6 hit points to Mercy as temporary hit points?
That's a DM's call on that one. I don't know if my magic works that way. It's kind of cute. How about like friendship health points?
Yeah, can I have one?
I will permit 6 temporary hit points until your next rest.
Hooray!
I drank 2 cappuccinos today. I'm in a super good mood. So
Yay!
I think Juniper might lean over to Yara and be like, there was a book on the ground, wasn't there?
I can definitely smell a really old book on somebody. So.
I have to kill the
Vargas will
witnesses
look
now.
over and be like,
Strange.
I have to kill the guests and the entire search party.
Really?
Just
You're
go-
dead now.
25 people just standing around like, I could have swore there was okay,
I
yeah,
don't-
no, it was probably a rock, you're right.
we've all been through a lot. Somebody turned into a bear. A lot of things have happened, could have happened, may not have happened. I will gaslight everyone in this party if I have to.
There's still nothing going on here, so why don't we go across the river?
Mhm. Yeah, we have to.
Is that where the search is going?
Yes.
Bertolt
Yeah, we need to go north.
will shoulder his packs, and we need to get across the river before they leave Harmonia and come looking for us.
Before who leaves? Oh, the angry people.
Yes,
the,
the
the
guards.
entire town.
Who believe
Uh,
that you
yeah,
have murdered
pitchforks
the
and torches.
Meistersinger, yes.
Very
Yeah.
important to find out what happened to Nisa and to save them all. So we should hurry.
We should. And they will begin tracking through the forest. Now, you are... I was not lying when I said that there's 20 plus people in this. So let me just... I don't know why I popped out of this. All right, there we go.
They all have names and intricate backstories.
They do all have names. And
I want to
half
introduce
of them
myself to
have- I will send you a list.
I want to touch everybody's hand.
Touch everybody. It doesn't. It takes you very little time to touch everybody's hands.
You're just like
will
going down the line.
shake, sort of like, oh please, oh you're covered in like shed fur and blood and dirt. Fantastic.
I forgot.
Yeah, you're just like just
Yeah,
blood
I was
stained
like,
all the
oh.
way down. So what is our marching order as the 30 of you continue through this forest towards the north?
I think Juniper would like to take up the back to try and cover our back trail as much as possible, and even maybe run around a little bit and create false trails and things.
Perfect.
Mhm.
I would like for you to roll me a survival at advantage for that. I know that you are in your favored terrain, so you could do survival or stealth. Either one is acceptable. What about everyone else?
Like Mercy's probably protecting the rear.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was dumb, but I'm immature.
7 episodes. 7 episodes, and here we are. Okay, so we've got...
I would like to be scouting ahead in front of everyone.
Okay. Yarrow scouting ahead. Survival with advantage.
Okay. 17.
Mercy is guarding. And I'm sorry, Juniper, what'd you get?
24.
Oh my gosh. Perfect. How about you, Vasily? What are you doing?
I'm actually probably at the back too, kind of close to Mercy, but maybe a little bit further behind her.
Okay. What are you doing back there? Just walking?
Yeah, just walking and thinking.
Walking and thinking your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just put down thinking right here. Would you consider yourself alert?
No, not as alert as I should be.
Cool. Let me just make a note. No reason.
Vasily is dead.
Vargas.
I was accidentally muted, but when you said that, I said bye bitch soon. Hell. Vargas is like maybe in the middle, trying to be away from all of the people he has deceived in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, Vargas in the middle, getting his lies straight. Okay.
Yeah. His lie muscle is tired.
Would you consider yourself alert?
No.
This is what I love.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course
an honest party. Constantina.
I am probably in the middle because I'm squishy.
Okay. And are you alert?
I don't think that I'm super focused on our task at hand because I'm mostly just dreaming about the Matchbook Menagerie arriving in Harmonia and like our
you've got like a whole like you've got like a whole like action scene in your head.
It's like,
and you're like thinking of yourself, you're like, and then I put on the thigh-high boots and I draw my rapier or my sickle. Yes.
Yep. That's it.
And I say, how about you, fiend? You have tortured these people.
Yeah, there's a whole speech going.
Yeah, there's like a whole monologue, and you're like, no, not how about you, fiend. How about you, cur? No, is that racist because they're wolf wearers?
Yep, exactly. Nailed it.
It's like, I want to be forceful, but not offensive.
But not to, got to be, people have to respect you, but not fear you, Yeah.
Juniper, it takes no work whatsoever to cover your tracks. You've done this many times before, especially with your own family. It's not the first time you've been chased out of town. Yarrow, as you're scouting ahead, how far ahead do you scout from the party?
Maybe up to 30 feet out.
Okay, 30 feet. That's reasonable.
Maybe 60 at sometimes.
Yeah. When you all went under this great weeping willow for the first time, it was about midday. Now we're getting on towards evening, and it's only about maybe 2 miles from where you are in the center of the forest to the river's edge. And I'm just going to pull up this map so people can kind of understand. This little, where you are, is this little sort of path looking area between these trees in the map. That empty space, and you have to go through all these trees to get to that bend in the river. That means that you have to not go around the edge because there's a catapult there and there are guards and towers that patrol this river. So you have to go through the heart of the forest. Luckily for this search party and for your companions, that is what you are best at. A little unluckily, there are 30 of you. So there's a balance there. And as you go ahead, you notice 1, 2, 3 trees that you've never seen before.
But they look like trees?
These are definitely trees, but you've never seen, and you are a druid, you know trees.
Mm-hmm. They're my best friends. I want to smell the air. Do I smell anything suspicious?
Let me just take a gander. Roll me perception. Is this something you have advantage on? Roll me perception with advantage to smell these trees.
Okay. I'm kind of crouching on all fours and I sniff the air and get a 21.
These trees smell like... It's a coppery scent. Something that is acidic on your tongue. Blood. These trees smell like blood. You've never seen these drooping, large, weeping willows with gnarled faces in their trunks before. Now, you've seen one outside of Harmonia where you found Mercy and Vargas. That seems a very distinct tree for there to be 4 of them.
Huh. Okay. If I were to bark, would Juniper be able to hear me?
Juniper, how far behind the party are you?
Trying to keep fairly close. I mean, enough to... I'd probably be, I don't know, 30 to 90 in that range back as I cover the path and lay a false trail and make sure that there's no signs that anybody's large group has passed through.
Okay, and if each of these 30 search party members takes up 2 feet apiece, that's 60 feet for the party. Yarrow is 60 feet ahead. Juniper is 40 feet behind?
Yeah.
Okay.
30, 40.
Okay. Then what I'll do, I'll use my bonus action to shift to become a reddish-looking dog-type creature. And then I will howl. The familiar, there's a problem here, howl that I'm sure Juniper will be able to hear.
As soon as she hears that, she stops what she's doing and runs forward, tells everybody, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
Wolf?
Shh.
Okay.
And she's gonna walk forward very slowly, bow drawn.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me your... Are you stealthing, or...
Quietly and careful. Not necessarily... Yeah, she would be stealthing.
Okay, yeah, give me your stealth.
That would... No, it's just regular.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. 26.
Wow.
Yeah. You find Yarrow very easily, and you see the tree that she is standing beside, beneath, near.
Near, I think, like, as soon as I saw it, I'm stopping, but I'm not
Yeah.
making any moves
Yeah.
from my position, just in case. I don't
And-
want people to pass me.
Yeah, and just so we're clear, there is only one tree here. It is just the 4th such tree you have passed.
Mm-hmm.
You are now... You've been walking maybe an hour or two. You're probably about 60 feet from the river now.
If it's, I know the forest really well, and so I
Mhm.
think I'm really alarmed by this and not taking any chances. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'm going to shift back into Yarrow form as I see Juniper, but I'm still crouched on the ground there. It's the trees. They're wrong.
We ever heard of any trees that do this, or seen anything, or heard legends or tales of this from our family?
I will let you give me a history or survival.
Probably survival. Yeah, because history's a negative one. It's 21 or 22.
Okay. Juniper, you've lived with your family a long time, and you know that there are certain places that you do not know. You don't understand. This is not a tree that is one of the ones that moves. This tree shouldn't be here, and yet it is. The only thing that you see about this tree that gives you any reason to not feel as much fear as perhaps you should is that it is without fruit. This tree is dormant.
It's okay. This one's not going to hurt us. but maybe let's give it wide breath. Let's keep our eyes out for any more of these.
Make sure the commoners stay aware.
Yeah. And I'll go back and start telling everybody to steer clear of the trees and start giving them a description of trees. And just go ahead. You see any trees that have faces that bear fruit, don't touch it.
And move quickly through here.
Okay.
And I think Juniper at this point would stay close to the tree to kind of just keep an eye on it and make sure nothing funny happens as everybody's
make sure everybody passes by safely.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that, give me a perception. And eeny, meeny, miny, Hadil. Roll me a d10 if you don't mind.
I do. Wow. Can do it.
Do I have advantage or no?
You have inspiration?
You do have... Well, it's to see. It's not to smell.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so 13.
Okay. Hadil.
Oh, I thought you maybe would forget a 4.
Okay. Juniper, while you are beneath the tree, you spot 4 people with these slivers of seeds that have fallen from the dead leaves of these trees on them. And you know that's got to come off.
I immediately stop them and use a stick to brush the leaves off, or brush the stuff.
Very good. You saved their lives.
Ugh. Oh no.
You reach
We're your friendly neighborhood National Guard.
Yeah.
You reach the
Dark forest
the
fires,
bank
kid.
of the river with very little trouble. Evading the guards is simple. They don't seem to have come out of the city. Evading the natural world proved a little more difficult, but through your savvy and expertise, you were able to navigate it. How are you going to get across the river?
I think we normally swim.
Yeah, we normally do. We're looking at all the...
How far across is it to the other side of the river?
It's about 20 feet.
Okay.
This is a very shallow part of the river because they have a harbor that goes up, so they have docks, and they've kind of dammed it a little bit more. You could probably walk, but it would be difficult terrain. It is not very deep.
What I will do is, someone hold a rope on one end. Myself or Yarrow could go to the other side and hold the rope just to make sure nobody slips.
Solid plan.
I'm gonna go bounding joyfully through the water to the other side.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm gonna snap at the water with my mouth.
You're gonna snap at the water
No
with
worries.
your mouth. Are you running on all fours?
I'm like my crouch running.
Oh, that's
I'm
so
in my-
cute.
yeah. I'm like a child, just like splashing through the water, but quietly.
Oh my
Ish.
god, that's so fucking adorable. I love it.
I love nature.
Love it.
Anytime Yarrow is having fun, Juniper is just like smiling and beaming, and then when she kind of looks around at everybody else, she just is like,
She's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. We're not here to have fun. We're here to work."
yeah.
I love it. I think that's so cute. All right. So. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed that.
Hold the rope.
Lisa.
Oh.
I would never. Who's next?
What? All the time. So do the rest of us just go through holding the rope?
Let me know
Everything's
your marching order. It is difficult terrain because the water's about up to your waist here, and you don't want to get swept away by the current.
fine?
So it will take you each an action and a half to get across.
Mercy will probably try to go last because she's trying to delay getting her dresses all wet
Okay.
and wants to make sure everyone else gets across safely.
Is anyone going ahead of the party, of the search party?
I don't think I'm not.
Okay.
I think we're all
No.
together, or kind of
Very
close.
cool. Yarrow, you're safe across the river. Roll me a d20.
Okay. A 14.
A 14.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. As this search party starts to go across the river, you see Bertolt, you see a couple of other people. That Idora is there. She's got her weapon strapped to her, and Sadia is also there. You see this sort of much smaller person in a very thick cloak, and they kind of struggle across. And then you see another person make it across, and then you see a person start to edge their way across the rope, and they're pulling one hand over, one hand over, one hand over, until you see them stop and their eyes widen, and they disappear under the water. Another person lets go of the rope to try and grab after them, and they're swept away by the current.
No. Is there anyone around me I can hand the rope off to immediately?
You can hand it off to Bertolt.
Okay. Well, is he strong enough to do that? Okay.
Idora's with him. Those 4 people made it across, but another person goes under the water. And then you see their hand come up, and their face emerges, and they're just screaming, and there's water in their mouths, and it's gurgling, and it's bubbling, and you could just hear this choked scream as they're pulled back under the water again.
I'm gonna
handing the rope off and running off too.
I'm gonna dive into the water and turn into a giant octopus.
Okay, you're gonna turn into a giant octopus. Can you see underwater as a giant octopus?
Oh, heck yeah.
When you're underwater as this giant octopus and you're looking through these murky depths, all of this dirt and silt and loose soil and stones that have been kicked up now by the frantic people. 6 people under the water, flailing frantically for their lives as these, what is that? It looks like these elastic bodies are wrapped around them, just these piles of skin that have grappled them and have wrapped them around and are choking the life out of them beneath the water. And you see the last bubbles cough up from their throats as they let them go and let their bodies go downstream.
Whatever this thing is, I'm attacking it. What is it?
There are 10 of these boneless creatures.
What? Because we
this
only have
episode
about
brought to you by a D&D jester.
No! Why did you do this to us?
Horrible. So the people are dead. There's no way I can grab them.
6 people are dead.
Oh.
They will take up to 14 people if you do not stop them. You can
I'm
continue across
Are there people
the river
still in
without...
the water?
Their bodies are in the water. There are people trying to cross, but if you've
No,
stopped
what the
them, then
heck?
they won't
Still?
cross.
Stop!
Yeah, if you stop them, then they
told them
won't.
to
But
stop and she
they're
would've
not
flipped it.
going like one and then one. They're going in a string. So you have a choice now. You can fight these creatures and try and save the rest of the people, or you can continue to cross and lose 14.
Nope. I'm gonna fight him.
Juniper would have run down after Yarrow, seeing her go down the water.
Okay. Yeah, Idora has tied off the rope, and you've tied it off to a tree?
Yeah, or handed it to somebody.
Or handed it to somebody?
Yeah.
Did anybody in the party grab that rope? Or was it just an NPC?
I'll take it.
Okay. Constantina will take the rope.
I'm not very
Constantina
strong.
and Idora are your 2 anchor points. What are we doing? You know what? I'll choose. Let's roll initiative.
Oh, no. Oh, boo. I rolled a 1. +3.
Oh, I got 2 nat 20s.
What the heck?
19 and I get
Okay.
I'm a monster.
I will call your eyebrows out of the stream, so help me out.
Somebody help us, we're trapped.
Okay.
No! Take it back!
No, it's fine.
Take it back. I want to live.
I just called my eyebrows out.
I did. I rolled a 14.
Oh, you rolled.
Oh, so did I.
Oh man.
You can go first.
Oh jeez.
I guess we do popcorn, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot
but
about our.
I rolled a nat 20, so unless one of you rolled a nat 20.
26.
Well, I meant first in
Was
terms
that
of
a
like
nat
because
20?
we tied.
26?
It was 19 plus 7.
Nope.
You tried. You tried to save
You
us.
should have lied.
I am a terrible liar.
No.
I wouldn't know the difference. I'd be like, oh, that's reasonable. Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so.
So NPCs are not red shirts.
Actually, it's
That's
Lisa's.
amazing.
It's Lisa's fault. By fault, I mean Lisa is the reason that you have this many red shirts. Because had she not engaged with Bertolt in the town, you wouldn't have got this many people in your search party. You would have got like 4.
You're just too nice. So
Perseus may be realizing this and is so horrified.
Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna start with our 10 boneless. Now, 6 of these boneless are still holding on to people. 4 of them are ready. 2 of them are going to propel themselves through the river and come at Yarrow. The other 2 are going to attack whoever else is in the water. Juniper, you said you came into the water?
Not into
Not
the
yet.
water. I'm running along the
Along the bank. Is anybody else in the party in the water?
We weren't yet.
I'm holding the rope.
Then 2 of them will go for one of the 2 PCs that's left in the water.
Oh.
Okay. Yarrow. 19 and a 16.
Both will hit.
Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Are these things just hitting me with, like, their hands?
Just their fists.
Okay.
But both of them are going to try and grapple you. So I need you to make me 2 athletics checks.
Okay. Hey, that's my move. I'm an octopus. How dare you?
I know, I'm a monster.
Okay, so first one will be a 14.
Okay.
Second one will also be a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you resist being grappled.
Ah, I'm a tricky octopus.
Yeah. The other 2 are going to drag the last 2 NPCs that were holding the rope down under the water. They have not drowned them yet. You might be able to still save them.
Okay.
I'm going to pass it off to Vargas. You don't want it? You want to pass?
Actually, yes, I do want to pass.
Okay, you could pass to somebody else, and then we'll come back to you on the end of the round.
Who is closest to the water? I'll pass it to. I'm actually gonna pass it to Mercy.
Okay. Are you adjusting your volume?
Yeah,
You have
I am.
your adjusting volume face on.
Yeah, I was adjusting my volume.
All right, so all of the NPCs who are in the water, I cannot see. They're all underwater. Is that correct?
They're all underwater.
Okay. Mercy is just like watching this chaos and is like, no. I guess I'm gonna run into the water and put my head underwater to try to see what's going on.
Okay, yeah. Give me a perception at disadvantage.
Okay. An 8.
That's enough to you can see the boneless and the people flailing around. You have a hazy idea where they are.
Yeah. I don't want to hit any of the NPCs, but I would like to hit a bunch of boneless with the last lightning bolt that I have left. How many would you say that I could get? Like, she's just trying to, like, quickly figure out what direction where she could hit. I don't know, like 3 maybe.
This river is only 20 feet across, so,
okay. So they're, like,
all of them are in the river. That said,
maybe
it's...
You might try to, like, get down as close to the river bottom, because I imagine the people are just starting to be pulled down.
Yeah. That said, only 2 of the NPCs of the 7 that are now there, because 1 has been swept downstream, only 2 of them are alive.
Oh. Okay.
There
She
are
gets
10
underwater.
boneless total.
She like takes a big breath, plunges herself into this gross water that she was hoping to avoid, starts rubbing her hand and her gauntleted hand together, and maybe like where she is underwater, it's like bubbling and there's like little red static electricity. And then underwater.
Just to pause real quick, do you have any way of ensuring that the water does not conduct the electricity into the NPCs that are still alive?
Usually, I mean, I guess it's our/your world, so I don't know how it works. Usually it doesn't do that, but
I like that answer.
I'm gonna say there's enough dirt in the water that it makes it difficult to conduct.
Dirt is good for something.
Because I don't want to punish you for a really cool thing, but I'm just also like...
And then underwater, that sort of like bubbly, muted sound, she goes bang, and a big lightning bolt comes out and hits as many of them as possible. Dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
DC is 15, and I'll go ahead and roll my d6s.
You should be able to get all of them. All of them should be within your line.
I like that.
2 of them got 18s, 2 of them got 17s. And then I got a 16, a 3, a 16, a 12. And then last 2, an 8 and an 11. So
well, if they got a 14 or lower, they take 28 lightning damage. And otherwise they take half, which is 14.
All right. So, oh no, I did not write down what I got. I know it's at least 4. So let's say 5. Take what's the top?
28 or
20,
half.
Oh my
14.
god, Jesus. All right, yeah.
And then Mercy kind of like floats back up to the surface, gasping for air, drenched, probably still crackling, and just saying like, "They're monsters, they're so horrible."
Yeah.
2 maybe alive.
Yeah, and we'll say that you were able to curve your electricity away from the helpless NPCs.
Yes,
and away from Yarrow.
Let's also say that.
Octopus cheese.
Yes.
Yay.
Oh man, you said that and I'm so hungry now. Okay. Who are you passing to?
Oh, I am going to pass it to I imagine Constantina's probably closest to Mercy, like right on the river's edge holding the rope. I'll pass it to Constantina.
Oh, thank you, Dingo. Dingo says that if they aren't currently touching the ground, the NPCs wouldn't be affected because they aren't technically grounded. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Since the boneless are on the ground, it's different. There we go. All right.
Constantina, I passed it to you.
Got it. So I'm holding the rope.
That was my last.
Can I don't want to like move or anything since I need to hold it, but can I cast Cure Wounds on myself while I'm holding it? Will you let me do that?
Is that touch?
Yeah. Can I like cross my arms with my I'm holding the rope. I mean, I'm like touching myself.
You can touch yourself and you can I guess touch yourself and cast Cure Wounds.
I probably don't
go
need
for
to
it. Go for
describe
it.
what this looks like.
Do the hokey pokey and.
I'm gonna do it at level 2.
Okay.
Oh yes, that was a good roll. Okay.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. So I have. Let's see.
Yes, we're still doing phrasing chat.
16 plus 4, 20 points of heals. That's like
nice.
Yeah. So I'm pretty good now. Okay. Sorry, I was adding my stance. Okay. So other than that though, I mean, I don't want to. I'm just holding the rope. Do you need me to do anything while I'm holding it? This is, I guess, what it looks like to hold a rope.
That's up to you.
I'm afraid of all of these gifts.
Do you have any bonus actions?
I can use. I'm getting low on all my stuff. I will give Bardic Inspiration to. I I will do it. Who's in the only Yaro's in the water and Mercy, but Juniper's still out, correct? And she's holding the rope on the other side.
No, Juniper ran down.
Oh, okay. I will give Bardic Inspiration to Yaro.
Okay. Who are you gonna pass to?
I will pass to Juniper.
All right. Juniper is going to run out and launch herself into the air above the water.
Cool.
And flying above, looking down, trying to get a sight on one of these boneless underneath the water. And then, as soon as she gets sight on one, she's going to Hunter's Mark it and then shoot it 3 times.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's see. So you're going to... is the bow underwater?
No, I'm flying above the water.
Oh, that's right. You've got those boots.
I can fly.
That is true. That is true. And honestly, like, your perception is 21, so...
Yes. I can see them.
Yeah, you can definitely see them from above. So go ahead and shoot.
All right, so Hunter's Mark it.
Just heard like 30 dice.
I just rolled my attack. All 3
Yeah.
dice. Okay, so 24, 23, and then 17.
Whoo, sweetie. Are you aiming at a more damaged one or a lesser damaged one?
A lesser damaged one.
Okay, absolutely.
A lesser damaged one that looks like it's getting close to my twin.
Yeah. One of the ones that tried to grapple her.
Yes. Did those all hit?
Yes, those all definitely hit.
All
Sorry,
right.
I for some reason thought I said yes. But I think I was just like, ah! No, not my soft bits. These little chewing gum with faces at the bottom of the river.
29 total.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Well, can I add Hunter's Mark to that extra attack I get for being a Gloomstalker as well?
Yeah, it should.
Okay.
It's a not a melee. It's a
Then
weapon
it's
attack,
34.
so it should.
Yeah, 34 points of damage.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so what's it look like when one of these is shot to death with an arrow?
All right, so you see Juniper just coming flying over the water with her boots, kind of quickly tracking down into the water, pulling back. She actually has 3 arrows in her hand when she goes, and just immediately just poof, 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 and you just see them all scale, and you just see this like all the water around it starts to turn red as this thing just starts to float off limply down the stream.
I love it. I will change one small thing. They are undead. They do not bleed.
Oh.
No,
so you just see its little body balloon up as it fills with water through all the little holes, and it just goes down the river like a child's forgotten toy.
Ew. Sad. Real sad.
Whose turn is it?
I will jump it to Yarrow.
Okay, I'm gonna octopus over there. So boop, 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 boop. I want to get to the ones that the 2 people who are grabbed right now. Sorry, being a druid. Oh my god. I'm gonna go over there, and I'm definitely gonna try to attack one of the ones that has somebody held.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay. Dude, all right, octopus. How good you are. Will an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So as I hit this creature, I lash out with one of my suckered tentacles and wrap it around this thing's face. And since I am an octopus, it's automatically grappled and restrained by my tentacle. So I'm gonna like pop it off of this person now as it's wrapped up in my midst.
Okay,
and then let's see, and then I'll do my damage as well.
Yeah, you have this shriveled, sagging starfish attached to you. Of a undead creature.
Oh, starfish is so yummy, yum yum. I'm gonna bite into it with my beaks for 9 damage. But it is restrained, so that means it can't move. People have advantage against it. Also, I would like to, since it's in my suckered hand, I would like to just lift it above the water.
Okay. Yeah, and when you lift it above the water, everyone can see what this creature is. That it's essentially what it looks like is a collection of skin and limbs that have just become deflated and are filled only with these dusty musculature, and its face sort of lolls to the side and oozes, and its neck is there's no strength in it. It's just shriveled arms and like puckered flesh from being underneath the water. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't try to move. It just lays there.
So now everybody knows what the problem is and can shoot this one.
It just turns its head and stares at the group with its dead eyes.
Sat. More of Sat.
Sweet. I think that's all Octopus Yarrow can do this turn. I also think she's like lime green with like orange rings on her body.
I love it more than my own hypothetical children. Who are you passing to?
Let's pass to the monsters. Haven't had a turn yet, right?
No, they already had a turn. They had a turn at the top of the
Perfect. Then is it just Vargas or Vasily as well?
Vargas and Vasily.
It's Vasily. Vargas passed, so technically it has to go to Vasily.
Right, so Vasily, get it.
Okay. I am going to cast Firebolt at the thing that's being held up in the air.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay. That's a great idea.
So I was actually preparing something else, but then you pulled one out of the water, so I can't do the whole thing. I had an idea. Thanks.
I figured I wanted to make it easy.
Yeah, it's true. So she kind of reaches into her pocket and pulls out a slip of paper and kind of pours some powder into the paper and kind of wads it up, and then like when she opens her hand, it's on fire, and she's going to try to hurl a mote of flame at it. So it's a nat 20.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah. Okay. Roll that damage.
So, and for you said one of the, if it's multiple dice, you'll take one at max.
Yeah.
Is that what you for the D20? Okay. So that's 2d10, so one of them's a 10. And a 7, so 17 damage.
Very nice. Yeah. Was it one of the hurt ones or one of the lesser hurt ones that you held up, Yarrow?
It was whoever was attacking one of the villagers. So
I'm gonna say it's one of the hurt ones then. So, call it, Vasily. What's it look like?
Oh, I guess it's wet. So I guess the fireball that she throws is like black flame, and it just goes and it hits it, but it kind of sizzles and all this like disgusting black and green smoke comes up. It doesn't really like engulf in flame because it was wet, but it just like smolders and is
it sort of steams it alive.
Yeah.
It just cooks it. Just cooks it in its own pruny skin.
Ew.
Vargas.
By the instant. Okay.
I'm gonna put my tentacle down into the water. Like, just be like, yeah. I'm gonna toss it and then like push it back down.
It lands in the midst of this search party.
Oh.
You can hear them screaming. It's a little muffled in the water.
I'm an octopus. I don't.
It's nice.
What can I see?
That's nice.
So quiet down here. There are troubles up above.
Yeah. Seaweed is always good. Never mind.
What can I see at this point?
At this point, you can see, you just saw one of these boneless monsters float away on the tide of the river, and you saw another one be tossed to shore in this smoldering black smear on the shore.
I will go to the bank of the river and is the water kind of murky?
Yeah, it's murky.
Would I be able to use dark vision to see in there, or is it not really dark?
No, it's not really dark. It's just murky and dirty and nasty.
I'm gonna use my rapier to like try and stab into the water. See what I hear.
You're gonna have to go into the water to do that.
I will cautiously wade into the water, and I will like dig my gloved hand into like the bank. So I like and then I'll like it looks stupid as hell. Into the water.
Now, to get halfway across the river is going to take pretty much all your movement. So how far in do you want to go? Mercy was able to just like duck her head under and pull out, but
He's braver than me.
yeah, but you're going to have to get a lot closer if you want a stabby. I believe in you.
I don't.
You can do it.
I will like start crossing and like feel around with my leggy for yucky bits underneath.
You definitely touch a yucky bit.
Okay, I stick.
Okay, give me a sticky roll. Oh man,
is that just
sashimi
melee?
sounds so good. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
Well, I
you
rolled
can't
a
see it,
19.
so it's with disadvantage.
No, but I rolled a 19.
Yeah, but you might roll a 20.
And then not be able to
use it.
But still be able to use your 19.
Yeah.
For this, do I need to add anything to it?
No,
It's
just your regular attack roll.
Okay, that's 15. It's not
Yeah,
that
15
much.
works. You did it. Look how mad you are. That's my
Someone in
favorite.
chat said maybe a pool noodle for Vargas.
I mean,
Little floaties on the upper arm.
floaties.
Roll for pool noodle. Says Opa.
I do a stick. Okay, and I just roll damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not bad. So 8.
8, yeah. Absolutely. Bloop. Perfect. Now, who are you going to pass to? We're at the top of the round.
I will pass it to Juniper.
Juniper.
Oh,
You're
you're
muted. You're fine.
Sorry.
We did it.
First off, for the bonus action, going to move the hunter's mark to another one of the not so injured ones.
Perfect.
And then 2 arrows this time. Pew pew.
Pew pew. Give me those
I
rules.
forgot to ask this last time. Were they within 5 feet of Juniper?
I'm kind of in
yeah,
the
at least 5 of them were.
Okay, so
3
one
of
the
them
ones
now.
Yeah, one of the non-injured ones that's within 5 feet of Juniper, so I get advantage on attack roll. Ooh, God, that was terrible. 15?
Yeah, works.
And 16.
Yes.
Or 17. Nope, no, kidding. 19. I can do math. 25 piercing damage.
Oh, Lord.
Flying up above and just tracking down in the water.
All right. Tell me about it.
All right, so this one, this is one that's like coming up near the octopus, getting ready to attack my sis, and I'm like, and right into it, like one through each eye.
Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. And yeah, and the thing is like, this thing's been dead for a long time, or undead for a long time, so its eyes have sunken and rotted away by now, so it just thunks into these water-filled hollow sockets, and it floats up away from the riverbed and down the waves. Who are you passing to?
I will pass to Mercy.
Mercy?
Okay. So how many of these creatures are left? They're all underwater.
There's 7
right?
underwater.
7 underwater, and there's still 2 people who are still alive?
One person has escaped now that Yarrow has pulled it off of them, and they are like crawling to shore.
Okay. Then if someone is still dealing with one of these creatures, Mercy plunges back underwater, like takes another breath, plunges underneath, and then she's going to aim a chaos bolt at the creature that is still dealing with one of the NPCs. And what it looks like is that she's trying to do another lightning bolt, but she's gotten her gauntlet all wet. And so now the lightning is like changing all different colors, and it's like malfunctioning. So let's see what happens. First,
Vasili's like, oh, you're getting the gauntlet wet.
So I got a total of 16, which I believe we've determined hits.
That is good
so
enough.
I roll 2 d8s and a d6, and one of the d8s determines the damage. So we're going to say the one that looks all bloody will determine the damage. It is psychic damage, which is interesting. I don't know if Mercy's used to casting that. But it's 13 plus 3, so 16 psychic damage.
You are in luck. They are not immune to psychic.
Oh, I was like, no. Please don't do poison. Please don't do poison. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that would have been. Okay, yeah.
She doesn't think anything happened, so she's just shaking the gauntlet.
And let me just real quick do a. Yes, and when you do that, the villager is able to break free of the grapple and starts to sort of doggy paddle back to shore. Who are you passing to?
I will pass to Yarrow.
Okay, Yarrow.
All right, so while I'm down there, I still want to hit the one that's probably closest to the villager just to make sure it doesn't try anything
That's
funny.
Just been chaos bolted.
Yeah, so since my tentacles are released now from the other one, I'm just back. I'm like, woo, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, octopus, killing it. A 20, not natural, to hit with my tentacle. All right, so same thing happens as I wrap my tentacles around its nasty face, and I'm like, yeah, come here, and I will bite into it.
Get over here
with my beaks. All right. Ooh, okay, so that'll be 13 damage this time.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I think Octopus Yarrow wraps this thing entirely around like the big body here and just engulfs it, and then as she just tears into its flesh like with her little beak, she just like and spits all back out with a bunch of like an ink cloud kind of as it's nasty.
Yeah,
and she just releases
you
that.
all see just these, it looks like wet pieces of parchment float up onto the river's surface and then down. That is 4 down, 6 to go.
Okay.
Or is it 5?
I think it's 5.
It is 5. I'm sorry. 5 down, 5 to go.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna move to put myself in the most advantageous position to catch anything that's coming by me.
The rest of them weren't grabbing anybody yet, so they are suckered to the river's bottom, the river's bed.
Okay. And while I'm kind of floating over them or right by them, I'll pass it to them.
Okay. And you can see like this furious churning as they begin to scurry along the river's bed. And the rest of you see this churning as well as they start to retreat north. That will open them up to opportunity attacks.
Yay!
Each person who would like to take an opportunity attack as these boneless try to escape across the river to the north can take 1 opportunity attack. Okay.
28.
Yep. 8. Okay.
Okay. Do I catch one with a 16?
Yes.
Okay. That'll be 12.
Okay.
And it's restrained and grappled by my sucker, so it's not going anywhere.
So like, no, still hungry.
No.
Okay, anybody else?
Mercy wouldn't have.
Okay. No?
I'm holding the rope, so I don't think I can.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
And Bertolt and Adora is holding the rope so she can't attack. Bertolt will like scurry out of the way of these horrific looking things, and all of them except 1, so 4 of them scurry to the forest's edge away from this side of the river. Yarrow, do you what are you doing with yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my prize. I'm gonna hold it above my head with my two hands. And what's horrifying about giant octopi is that they can hold their breath for up to 1 hour on land. So I think I'm gonna crawl still in octopus form, like with my legs, and holding this thing out onto the bank of the river. And just I want to make sure, like while all the other ones are running off, that I still have its friend here, just in case.
Yeah, and it just limply lays in your hand.
Okay, I don't like it. I just want to, like, after I'm sure they're gone, I'm gonna like beak it and just crush its little head. And...
Oh yeah, you crush its head and it pops like a wet grape, and then you just pull it apart like saltwater taffy.
Gross.
Throwing its pieces.
I come down and kind of land next to Yarrow. Be like, good, you're good, you're good, you're good.
Oh, I'm so hungry right now, guys.
This is really gross.
Yeah, she's gonna blow the little tentacle things and then start rolling around on the ground like until she's back into Yarrow form.
All right.
It's easier to come back from slimy form.
All right. So you managed to save.
Save 2 of 14.
Yeah. No, you
We
only lost 7.
Oh,
you
okay,
only
cool.
lost 7.
I mean, half.
Only 7.
Yeah.
Yay.
So,
we did it.
We did our best.
You tried a little bit.
So you made Yara roll a d20 for that. Can you imagine if you'd rolled like a natural 20 and we were all like, yay!
I wanted to give you something where it was like
messed up TK.
I made this happen.
You sure did.
My fault.
Okay. R.I.P. Esserin Payne, Mariano, Adon, Jacopo, Hildas, Arabelle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's say Zora Banksky.
Oh, I love Zora.
That's such a cool name.
Oh, I'm sorry. Arthur Daly.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
We can deal with
Get out of here, Arthur. Zora, you got lucky this time. I knew giving them names would be like the worst part.
But Chad lived.
He is not in the search party. He would have been in the search party had Mercy not chosen him for the sacrifice.
You all tried to make
our
me
choices
feel bad about my sacrifices, but can you see the wolf there was not enough? There were undead in the river, and they claimed these people because we didn't sacrifice enough. And they were here because I talked to Bertolt. And Mercy just throws herself around Vasily. And just buries her face on Vasily's shoulder.
Pet, pet, pet. It's okay.
All right. It takes you almost no time to get across the rest of the river and enter the forest on the other side. Yarrow and Juniper, how will you be communicating with your family?
I think we would have everybody wait and go off on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
So once we are out of sight, transform.
Yeah.
And go run off and use our smell to try and locate exactly where they are.
Okay.
Go get them.
And
family reunion.
Family time.
Bertolt looks at the rest of the party and says, "We need to find somewhere safe to make camp." Okay.
I agree.
All right. And he leads you into the heart of this forest on the northern side. And as you are passing through these woods, you start to see that the trees become more skeletal here. They become less in the full bloom of summer and more in the last days of autumn, where they have curled down like dead men's hands over the pathways of the forest, and dead leaves are strewn about upon the ground like some sort of corpses just scattered there. waiting for people to tromp all over them. It's not damp here. It's not muggy, it's not humid. The air is dry. You can feel it on your skin. You can feel it on the back of your teeth. Everything is arid. Everything is dusty here. We start to get to where the clay is baked and hard and bare. The world is naked here, like it's dressed for a funeral. It's unnerving compared to the lush greenery of Harmonia. Where would you like to make camp? Would any of you like to look around for somewhere safe?
Yeah. We're not going to say no.
How would you do that? Yeah. Man, those boneless came through this floor too. Anyway, so your ranger and your druid have left to scout ahead.
Maybe, I don't know if we can find, like, is there like an empty little cave or something?
Yeah, there are a lot of caves and alcoves, stony outcropping. As you journey further north and the sun begins to set, you find fewer rocks, more caves that are made of hard-packed earth. And you do find a cave pretty easily, devoid of any animal life here.
It seems we can maybe pack everyone in here.
Okay.
And keep warm overnight.
Yeah. And if you would like, you can take a long rest here. Are we doing shifts?
Oh yeah, we should probably have a guard.
I know. I mean, do we need shifts?
That is entirely up to you, Constantina. If you
I
would
think
like,
we do.
you can sleep through the night. You can sleep forever.
Oh no!
You know what? I will take for a shift.
I hope it's as good as the last time you were on shift.
I don't really know what to think about that, but
so
you know,
yeah.
okay. When I had that really good talk with Mercy about how we want to kill all the Dark Lords, yeah, that was a great first.
It was a great time. It was a great time. Okay, so first shift is Constantina and just Constantina?
I'll stay up.
Huh. Okay. Let's do this, Vargas.
Girl talk. And Vargas. Second shift.
Bad.
No, I love Vargas. I have no reason not to right now.
Yeah, second shift, Mercy and Vasily, if you want to join me.
Yeah.
And maybe like Bertolt and someone can do the last shift.
Okay.
If there's a third shift.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, let's do 6-hour shifts. So first shift and a second shift, and then we'll say Bertolt has the third shift, which is really an in-between shift. So like an intermittent thing. We'll say Bertolt and Adora. I'm not gonna let you guys have I'm not gonna like give you like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, like, oh, third shift, you guys really should have sat with like the 10-year-old.
There's a 10-year-old in the party?
Oh no, who died then?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, I promised I would never kill a kid on screen.
I know.
Just granted, it was kind of underwater, so it's fine. But anyway,
Technically doesn't count.
Yeah, this is probably fine. So, Constantina and Vargas go first for their first shifts. So who... Does everyone sleep?
Yeah, like versus like trance, or does anyone choose to not rest?
Does anyone choose to not rest?
I would like to rest.
I would like to take a short rest, but also and then spend the rest of the time messing with that ichor I picked up.
I will allow you at the cost of your perception roll to
That's fine.
mess with the ichor during your shift.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll risk it. It's fine.
That's a shame because Mercy was also not going to pay attention during the shift.
She still can didn't choose to do that. It's fine.
Mercy was going to spend the shift. Oh, Clara's tail! Sorry, my cat's in my roommate's bedroom.
Oh, cute.
Mercy was going to cry and electrocute woodland creatures that go past and do little ritual circles around them.
God, we leave you alone for 5 nights.
All these rodents.
Yeah, you guys probably wake up to a bunch of like very neatly organized squirrels and like rats and stuff. Little circles and little runes carved in the ground around them. If we wake up, we weren't paying attention, so maybe we're all dead.
I mean, well, yeah, it could be dead. All right, so of the people who do sleep, I need everybody to roll me a d6.
If we do sleep?
Yeah, if you do sleep.
Okay. I'll sleep if I could do that later. That's fine. I look dangerous.
I got a 1.
A 1?
I got a 6.
6. Anybody else?
Anyone else sleeping?
A 5? Okay.
Oh, I mean, I would like to sleep after my roll or after my watch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
I was just asking.
I rolled a 6. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know what this is.
Perfect. Yarrow and Juniper, you're also free to roll.
Yeah, I think we'd rest.
Do you want to?
Yeah. You don't have to.
Could be a trick. Okay.
3.
Take fate in your hands.
It's definitely
A 16.
On a d6?
Oh, sorry, d6. Oh, that's amazing. I was distracted by a cat. It's a d6.
That's fair.
I got a 5.
Okay, and Juniper?
3.
Cool. Awesome. Your shifts pass without much of anything happening. Some of you hear the sweet zaps of electricity as Mercy fries various chipmunks and rabbits and stoats that have come out of their hidey holes. Some of you can hear the pages turning as Vasily goes through her spellbook and discovers a way to transform this ichor that she's collected into a potion that can grant her some very interesting abilities that I will DM her later. But none of you hear Mercy having a dream. Mercy, you have a dream, and you are in a sunlit forest in a glade of tall grass that sort of laps at your knees as you run through. Barefoot? You don't have feet.
I have...
Barefoot.
What?
No horn.
What?
Just shimmering red hair. And freckles. And a black dress. As you run through the forest and the sunlight above illuminates this... What is that in the shadows of the trees ringing this glade? An aged Vistana leaning on her cane. And it is a crooked thing made of polished black wood. She beckons you closer, the crooked finger. Come closer.
Go closer.
And she says, would you like to hear your fortune, child?
Yes.
Draw these cards, and she lays out these cards on this table. Cards that look somewhat like Taroka cards. But there's this cold chill on your back.
I put my hand over the cards, and then when it feels right, I put a finger down on one of them.
And she says, there is much power in these cards. Are you sure?
Tell me.
Roll a d20.
lucky 13.
Celeste, you're on D&D Beyond, aren't you?
Yeah.
Will you open a tab in Wondrous Items and tell me what number in the deck of many things the card 13 is?
Oh no. Okay. Yep.
Oh no, 13 can't be good. Everyone save me.
Or maybe it's the best. 1, 2, 3, 4.
DM it to me in private.
Okay.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end for the night.
What? No!
I want to know what it is. Mean.
Why do I have this terrible or great burden?
Oh no!
Excellent. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead and do our outros. Dr. Megan.
I'm spinning. Hi guys, I'm Dr. Megan. You guys can find me on Twitter at MeganSciD. I am the game master of Clinical Role. We play on Mondays. It's all psychologists who use D&D therapeutically. I am also the writer, producer, and host of Psychology at the Table, which is a YouTube series about how to be more inclusive at your gaming tables. That is on the Geeks Like Us YouTube channel.
Okay. Celeste, when you get a moment.
Sorry, I was messaging you.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy. Hi everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich. If you want to hear me playing more D&D, you can check me out on my actual play D&D podcast called Venture Maidens, where I am the DM and producer for that. You can also check me out on Sundays streaming for a show I run called Mistress of Modules over on the Nerd Immersion Twitch channel. So go and check those out or follow me on Twitter at @ckonowich.
Okay. Ashley.
Hello, I'm Ashley Warren, and you can find everything I do at ashleywarrenwrites.com and also on Twitter at AshleyNHWarren. Posted a really good joke today that I'm super proud of. So if you want really hot content in your Twitter feed, be sure to follow me on Twitter. Yeah, I got lots of cool stuff coming up, so I'm sure everything will be posted there.
Okay. Hadil.
Yeah, deal. You can find me online at Twittysuch, TWITTYSUCH. And I have good jokes sometimes. It's a really hit or miss. You can enjoy them if you'd like. The end.
Kayla.
Hi. I'm Kayla. You can find me online at kaylaklein.com or my Twitter, which is KAYNCLI. I have jokes about depression and Lord of the Rings. That's all I got. I also do clothing with Holly Conrad at etsy.com/shop/trashwitchcoven. Here's a spectral chicken shirt. You can get this for yourself. It's embroidered. It's very nice. We just came out with some new stuff, and there will be more things coming very soon, more versions of what we came out with. And then I don't know, Hadil and I do Bramblefoot Adventures, but we haven't done it in a little bit, but we'll do some more soon. It's on patreon.com/Bramblefoot Adventures, and that's all I got.
All right. Ms. Lisa. Oh, go ahead.
Don't forget our comic. You can talk about it this time. Okay.
Never mind. Go ahead. Lisa, go ahead. Spoiler alert. I am Lisa Chen. I am a D&D writer and also the community manager for the Adventurers League and also the Dungeon Masters Guild. If you're interested in checking out stuff I do, follow me on Twitter at MercifulDM or check out my website, lisachen.com. Lisa spelled with a Y. For the Dungeon Masters Guild, I did want to shout out some bundles of content that we are selling. So add to your digital library for D&D, whether you're a dungeon master or you're looking for player options or you're looking for all sorts of different adventures for people starting playing the game or people who are level 20. We've got you covered. All proceeds benefit RAINN, RAINN, the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization. And you can check those out at bit.ly/missedrain, again with 2 N's. So far, in the 4 days that we've been running these bundles, we've raised over $60,000 from like really amazing, passionate gamers who care about this cause. So thank you. Also, if you enjoyed the show, you can follow it at Mist Tales D&D on Twitter. Keep an eye out on our account for when our t-shirt design by Kayla goes live this weekend. Those proceeds will also benefit Rain. And our pinned tweet right now is our Discord, which is full of terrible puns and gifs or gifs or however you pronounce it of like mouth eyes. Like, don't join our Discord. It's awful. Just run while you still can. TK.
It's me. It's TK. Don't run away, cause I'll find you.
Oh no! I don't know.
I write spooky stories on the internet, and if you like spooky stories, then you can read them at tkjwrites.com. I'm taking a little bit of a mental health break from Twitter right now, but I'm still there for like business-related stuff. Most likely, if you want to chat at me, you can hit me up in the Mists Discord. That's usually where I'll be doing all of my like social stuff. I stream sometimes. There's a schedule on there. Didn't stream this week. I was sick. Sometimes that's life. Sometimes that's life, kids. Kayla and I wrote a comic, and the proceeds for February are going to be donated to Rain, which we just talked about. So that's awesome. You have no reason to say that you didn't know. It's called Samhain, and the link is in both mine and her pinned tweet. And that is it.
Oh, also, Void merch. Our shirt, our merch.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I forgot to, and Jack said something in the chat. Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you, Jack.
But voidmerch.com? I can't remember.
Look in the RPG collection section.
RPG collection section. Tales from the Mist shirt.
Tales from the
Whatever
Mist.
you want. Someone got a blanket.
Get it? Yeah, you could get a
really
blanket.
cool.
It's awesome. I just saw we had blankets. I was like, what the heck? What am I doing with my life that I didn't have this blanket?
Keeps you as safe and snug as one can be in the mists.
As one
It's
can
not
be.
at all.
Because
Undeadly.
I will still
You're
find
like a tasty little burrito.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Oh my gosh, sprinkle that cheese on there. All right, we have to go. We're getting too silly. So everybody say goodbye or make a funny face for gifts.